Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you how these super cute, let me scooch this out just a little bit here. These super cute jewelry trays go together. The first two of them are going to be part of Snark Club. I'm so excited. You guys are going to love these. These are going to be amazing gifts for Mother's Day, birthdays, everydays, graduation, teacher gifts. You know, honestly, if I were a teacher, I'd be sick to death of getting things that are Apple related. Now, I know there's some teachers out there who will disagree with me, but let's maybe think outside the box just a little bit. So, to give you an idea here, there are actually lots of shapes of this. So this one, this arch is my favorite, but we've got this arabesque shape. There's another arabesque shape I don't have cut at the moment. There's ovals as well as a, I think it's a hexagon? I don't know. I have to count how many sides. I know it's not an octagon. I know it's not a stop sign. So far, there are 39 different background files that come with this. So this is what's going to set these guys apart from everybody else's jewelry trays. These are beautiful art pieces that are designed to go in the jewelry trays. So the only bad news is, well, first of all, let me back up a little bit. So these are designed to be printed as 4x6 prints from your local Walgreens, CVS, Costco, any of those kind of places. The only issue I have found is it seems like their software wants to enlarge it just a little bit. So if I get a call for it, I can make these to be print and cut on your Cricut or Silhouette as well. So if anybody really wants that, please reach out, let me know, and I can release these as PNG files as well. So normally, you know, you could just put this on your Cricut and cut it out, or you could cut around the edge. Well, unfortunately, because they made this a little bit larger, it doesn't necessarily fit like if I just cut that out. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through and do this from step by step and just show you how I will put them together. So I'm going to come in here and put one of the pieces. This is actually the skinniest piece of the design. I'm going to put that over here, and I'm just going to use a pen and trace. Do I want to trace the inside of this? Yeah, I think I do. Okay, yeah. So, and then I'm going to come in with just a simple pair of scissors and give this a cut out. So I'm just kind of cutting this at an angle to the light so I can see where I drew this. Since it does have a dark background, it's going to be kind of harder to see. And in actuality, maybe I should have traced this a little bit bigger, but it's all going to work out. It's all going to be okay. So, just like with every other Snark Heart file, these guys are going to be layered and loved. And it's going to be quick and easy to put together. So, simple, solid background. And as always, my beloved tacky glue. That one's almost out. I'm going to use this one because it's got some more in it. I could use my amazing beloved Allcraft, but this time I don't feel like I need it. I'm not gonna lie, this stuff is expensive, so I kind of save it for times when there's a more specialty glue situation. So not to say that I don't love it, I love it. It's just I'm careful with it because I love it so much. So so we're just gonna go ahead and use good old tacky glue. So one of the things that I did with this file is, when I see people put a clear layer in, a lot of times you see the edge. And honestly, unless you're covering those edges up, I think it looks tacky. So what I've done is I designed a skinnier part where your little window piece is going to sit down in there. And so when you get all of your other pieces glued on, you're not going to see that there's a clear spot in it. Additionally, if you want to have it look a little bit like it's a shadow box, what you can do is you can put one of your regular layers down, and then your window layer, your holder layer, and then your other parts to your tray. And that's actually how I'm going to put this one together because I love shadow boxes. I've always thought they were so pretty. Additionally, if you have a way to sublimate things, you can sublimate this onto a smoke sub or white acrylic and put it in the background as well, and you don't have to put in the window layer. That could be another really cool look. The really nice thing with that is it's going to be durable, whereas we all know that acrylic does scratch. So, you know, hopefully people are going to treat this with some care and love, and hopefully it doesn't get like, you know, scratched up and gross, but life happens. Like, we know what goes on. So just words to wise. Additionally, Leslie, our sweet darling Leslie, has done this tray, and when she puts this together, she put resin in there, and that shit's tough as hell. So that's another option. These files, as with everything Snarky, are real darn versatile. So I'm just going to take and glue this photograph in. The beauty of using 4x6 prints is they're going to be tough and they're going to be affordable. Something to keep in mind when you do use a print, or when you get prints from like Walgreens or something, if it seems expensive, Google coupons, because I'm not going to lie, they are on sale all the darn time. Like, they will, you know, if it's not on sale this week, it's a shocker. So all you do is put that in, and I got the 39 prints for $7 and some odd cents. So, and they're beautiful. I mean, look at this beautiful reproduction. That is just plain pretty. So, okay, next up. So I'm going to make mine, like I said before, where the window kind of hovers above this window, so it's got a little more depth. Now, if I wanted to, I could even take and glue in some little actual, you know, maybe I'll do that. What the heck? What do we got to lose, guys? I'm going to go ahead and glue some little dimensional flowers in here as well. So these are some vintage flowers I got at an estate sale. I'm a huge lover of estate sales because I love all these like crummy little flowers and things that maybe most people would walk by. Always be looking for the things that other people aren't looking for, because that's where you get the cool shit. So snip these little guys off. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself here. So I'm going to glue on the thicker layer, and I will hold this in place for a moment and prattle on with you about things while that glue sets just a smidge. So now when you glue this together, you definitely want to be sure that all your dust and glitter and schmutz is kind of not showing. These could be super cool little keepsakes. Like, let's say, you know, someone draws a picture for grandma and you could put that in there. How freaking sweet would that be? I think Grandparents' Day is in the autumn. That's something to think about. God, there's going to be so many possibilities with this, you guys. Like, I'm going to just toot my own damn horn. Look at me. I'm awesome. Hey, look at this. We're also going to use a little bit of the all craft because I do want this guy to adhere pretty quickly. So I'm just going to take and put a dot of all craft here. Make sure that's kind of squashed down in there, because it will be up against the acrylic. But I think this is going to be so neat. Look at me go. So modest, so funny, so Amy. And another little dot of glue. Gotta kind of watch it a little bit. It tends to want to spider web on a person a tiny bit. It's not the end of the world, but do be aware that all craft does occasionally want to spider web on a person. So, okay, so I'm going to glue this down. Actually, I'm going to snip this off because I want this to look like it's kind of going into the frame or coming out of the frame. So I just snipped off that little bit of green and another dot of all craft. And look at that. That is going to add some real depth and cuteness here. You could also like do an engraved background. One of the releases I will be doing for regular is going to have a set of horoscope signs. What do you call that? Astrology. Yeah, astrology. I get astrology and astronomy mixed up, which is someone who loves science. That's embarrassing. So astrology is the woo-woo kind. Astronomy is the real sciencey kind. So when it comes to this design, you can see that there is a skinnier piece, and on all of these there will be a skinnier piece and a wider piece. So the skinnier piece is going to be what holds our window part in. So I will take this and dot the glue on pretty good. You know, you don't have to make yourself real bonkers about getting every single surface covered. And of course, if you're smart, which I'm not, you would use some 3M and this would go together even faster and you would never have to worry about cure time. But I always forget to use my 3M because I'm me. Okay, I'm gonna set that up so we get that racked in properly. All right, can you already see how pretty this guy is coming together? We're gonna set this aside while I unmask this. So one thing you definitely wanna be sure is whatever thickness of acrylic you have, you want it to be the same thickness as this layer. So if you have thin clear acrylic, or if you have thicker clear acrylic, you need to make sure it's the same thickness as your stuff, or thinner. It can also be thinner. Okay, so I don't know if we've had a conversation about weeding pens before. Of course, I can't find my stupid weeding pens, so I'm like an idiot. Okay, here we go. If you don't have weeding pens yet, I highly, highly suggest them. I love these humdingers. So it looks like a regular pen, but it has this pointy ass little picker needle end. Now, I hope you can see that. I don't know if you can. You might just have to trust me. Yes, my fingers are filthy. But I can just pick off the edge of any of my acrylic and pull it back. And it is so, so easy. I still struggle with getting my stupid Gorilla Tape to work. So, okay, so that is set down in there. I'm gonna pluck this off. Come on, you. Of course, it's gonna make me look like an idiot. This is a pretty old piece of clear acrylic I've had around here for a while, so. Okay, the magic is happening. Look at that! Look at that. Is that the cutest ever? Yeah, I'm amazing and I'm humble. Okay, so now, continuing on an assembly, you can decide how thick you want this jewelry tray to be, how deep you want it to be. You know, most rings, unless you are, you know, married to somebody really rich, are not super duper thick. So you can get away with just stopping with one level. I'm gonna go ahead and do 2. So I've got another wide spacer, and that's gonna hold my acrylic in place, so I don't even have to glue that down. And then I'll do another layer on top. And this is how all of them are going to go together. So because I'm using acrylic and wood, I'm gonna go ahead and use my All Craft glue to kind of hold things together. Looks like my acrylic is just a smidge smaller than, thinner than my wood. So that's okay, no big deal. And boom goes the dynamite. Look at this. It is, shoot, I have hair inside of there. Oh, crap. Damn it. All right, well, we'll just give this away and pretend there's not a hair in there. Oh, wait. Is that All Craft? Ah, see, it's those All Craft spider webs, my peeps. That is what we call a bummer. Well, people are just going to have to put their rings right over top of that. Dun, 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 my mistake. So think about that when you are making your projects. Think about All Craft spider webs. Definitely something you want to be cognizant of, because it'll obviously F up a piece of acrylic faster than, well, just about anything. But it's not the end of the world. Thankfully, these are all essentially scrap pieces. That's another beautiful part here is almost every one of these little jewelry trays can be made with scrap pieces. So give me a scrap buster any day of the week and I'm a happy, happy camper. So there we have it. We have this cute little beautiful design of something here. Now here is another thing we can think about finishing this. I don't mind the plies of wood on the edges, but depending on how thick this is, you could go ahead and use some ribbon and just, I would start here at the bottom and glue all the way around, and look how fancy and pretty those edges can look. It's just gonna give it a little bit more finish, but it's still gonna be a personalized piece. The only ones I think you're gonna have some harder times with there are the 2 arabesques, but let's see here. I think with a little bit of patience and holding things in place, it's not even gonna be impossible. It's just you have to have more fortitude than I typically do. So here we are. Some of these are going to be in the club. I feel like 50 Cent. Obviously, I'm not because I'm white as fuck. Okay, one other thing I want to touch on. There are a few pieces in here that you can't really see the edges on, and they will work with any of these designs. So if you want to use it with the arabesque, you're just going to trace on the inside of this. You can use it with the oval, with the arch, any of these kinds of things. So there you have it, folks. This is the trinket tray that will partially be released in the club and partially released in my Etsy. So thank you so much. If you get a chance, like, subscribe, share, tell all your friends how awesome Snark Club is, how awesome I am. You can lie about that part. And I hope you have the spiffiest day. Thanks so much for coming. Have a good one.